What's good? What's good, YouTube? American RX at it again. What's good, subscribers? What's good, viewers? Um, Hope you all doing well through these times. So I've been doing a lot of, you know, uh, behind the scenes type of work. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot going on. So I haven't gotten the time enough to sit on here and chop it up with you guys. So today I'm just gonna be presenting ways to live off grid, and the reason why I choose to present this presentation is because too many people don't know how to just not be without the grid altogether. And I'm saying the so-called technology or the phones or whatever, the computers, you know what I'm saying, the virtual world. And you gotta get outside sometimes and live a little, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna be sharing with you guys today ways of how you could start preparing yourself for the worst, because they a lot of things going on, man, and you gotta be ready and prepared and don't be caught with your pants down, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna get to it. All right, so this is from WikiHow website, and this is how to live off the grid, right? So living off the grid means living without connections to sewer, water, and electrical lines. It also often entails living a minimalist lifestyle, reducing waste and spending only on necessities, right? So always make sure you have your necessities, your basic needs, all right, on hand. Prepare yourself to live off grid. Take some classes and read some books about farming, homesteading, and other skills you'll need. Keep an eye out for real estate or an off-the-grid community that suits your purposes, and think about the kind of home you want before making the jump. All right, so for people who Indians, you know what I'm saying, if you have some land, you know what I'm saying, if you're talking about being indigenous and being Indians, you have to live the life, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be talking about it. You gotta be prepared and have the necessary things you need to just live basic things you need for everyday purposes, right? So that's just a thing you gotta be aware of, all right? It's not just something you talk about on here. You got to be living it as well. Be prepared to live it. You know what I'm saying? Walk the walk, All right. Number one, install a solar power system. Off-the-grid living requires that you develop energy independence for your home. The best option is to retrofit your home with solar panels. Consult a solar power installation company in your area to get a better idea of how you can connect your home to a solar panel system. So total installation cost of an average solar power system, including solar panels, a battery, a backup generator, and professional installation, averages around $40,000. But you could read books, you could read instructions, you could do these things on your own, people. You don't really have to pay all that fiat for all of that, right? Save your fiat to get the things you need to be off grid, okay? Number two, have a backup power supply installed. A backup system can supplement your solar panels, which come in handy on cloudy days. If you're near a river or creek, you could get a micro hydropower turbine installed as a backup system. Otherwise, you could get a wind turbine installed near your house. Talk to renewable energy companies in your area about your options, and if you wish, get backup system installed. Right, so this is all the cost down here. All right, so as for backup power, right, you could they have solar powered batteries, right? I myself have one of them. I'm gonna get a few more though. So those are options, right? Get those online if you can, right? And get some solar panels as well. For the turbine, if you live near water, right, you could actually install your own turbine, okay, generate power, okay. So that's one option. All right. Number 3, reduce your energy usage. Since you're using electricity, or drill a well. Since you won't be connected to a central water system, you need to use well water. Getting a well drilled will cost somewhere in the neighborhood of around 7,000. See, all these things you could learn to do by yourself, okay? All these things you could learn to do by yourself. So all these things you could learn to do by yourself, right? There's videos online you could watch, and you learn how to locate the water supply beneath your house, right? Because beneath the soil there's water, okay? You just got to know how to find the water. There are methods you could use, okay? Number 5, get a septic tank installed. Septic tank is a water-like chamber that collects sewage in the absence of a sewer system. Having septic tank installed generally costs around 5,000 US. A septic tank need to be emptied by a vacuum truck periodically. So on the islands, right, we dig our own cesspool pits, okay? So we don't depend on the sewer system of the city or the town or whatever. We dig our own pits in our yard, okay? Number 6, have a gray water system installed. A gray water system will treat water. These ads popping up in here. Trying to get them off. Whatever. Let's go. Keep going. A gray water system will treat water used in dishwashing, sinks, showers, and bath so that it can be used again. Okay, so you could recycle the water. Okay, that it treats the water you use, so you could use it again, so nothing waste, right? Because when you're in nature, nothing go to waste, right? You use everything. Okay. While it's less of a necessity than a septic tank or a well, gray water systems can extend the lifetime of your well by allowing you to use water that's already been pumped up the surface. Recycled gray water can be used as toilet water or in irrigation, alright? So down here we have reduce waste. When living off-grid, all your energy, food, and water use should be carefully monitored and maintained. The more of these precious resources you use, the more reliance you will have on others. So the key is to not depend on no one. So you gotta know how to properly you have to organize how you use the resources at your disposal, okay? You have to have some kind of management system in place, all right? Easy ways to reduce waste include keeping your showers short and not watering your lawn, unplugging appliances when they are not in use, turning off lights when exiting a room, learning to love leftovers, start a compost pile so you can get some use out of unused food. So as I said, nothing goes to waste, all right? Attend workshops on topic like growing your own garden, right? So you could get a grow tent and start your own gardening. I get some dirt, start your own growing your own food. Okay, that's one way of being starting on with a sort of food supply, right? And this is very vital, you know what I'm saying, to your survival, because food is the number one um, commodity that everybody needs food. Okay, everybody. That's the number one commodity, and water, right? Workshops on topic. So, as indigenous people, Indians, try to organize yourselves. If you know you're close to each other and you're in the same communities right now, you try to come together and find ways and means of how to properly organize an off-grid community. Okay, so instead of debating about things that you can't change right now, you could change the future by coming together and discussing what can be done to maintain a healthy, self-reliant community off the grid. Okay, so starting a compost pile and repairing your home might be useful when you move off grid. Check the community events calendar, right? So the community is your distinct community, your Indian community, right? Your indigenous community, our original people of the land community, of the earth community. As we all live on earth. Okay, all these boundaries are just imaginary, alright? Yes, we are designated to a specific, each of our lineages are designated to specific areas on the earth, but nevertheless it's still earth. Okay, altogether it's earth, right? We don't live on a part of earth, we live on all of earth. Okay, I'm not just claiming just a little piece of earth when it's a whole big open, endless, boundless plain. You know what I'm saying? So much to learn, so much to explore. You know what I'm saying? 3. Read about topics that could help you live off-grid. If you plan on growing a garden, for instance, run a search for how to do so using your search engine of choice. So when you have spare time, hit up the internet, you know what I'm saying? Learn these things, right? Teach your children. Learn how to light a fire without a lighter, without a match. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn these little things, you know what I'm saying? How you start a fire without a match or a lighter. You know what I'm saying? How you drill a well, how you find a spring. You know what I'm saying? How would you locate the well in the very yard you live in right now? Okay? If you plan, so there are countless videos and articles online about how to live off the grid. Alternatively, visit your local library and check out some books. So read, people, read, okay? Videos are out there how to do these things, alright? 4. Book a stay at a rural cabin. Renting a cabin in an isolated place might provide you with a taste of what you can expect when living off the grid. There are several cabin rental agencies in a location near the area you intend to live off-grid. Spend a week or so in one of that most closely approximates the sort of home you plan on living in. While the amenities and features of a particular cabin might not be exactly the same as those that you will include when moving off the grid, spending time in such a cabin could help you better determine what you're looking for. Use the experience to decide the location, size, and amenities of your off-grid homestead. Okay, so another thing you could look into is homesteading, right? It's another key thing you guys gotta look into, right? That's a way that's one method of you could use to protect your land from being taken over by pirates. Okay, decide how far away you want to be. Living off the grid doesn't mean you need to be hundreds of miles from civilization. You could choose to move to a plot of land that is isolated and rural but still within easy reach of stores, hospitals, and family. Okay, people, so you don't have to live all the way up in some mountain somewhere, right? On the other hand, you could live in a total self-sufficient home or trailer far from anyone else. the distance you